Good morning, students. Welcome to eSuvidya. Hope you all are fine and safe. Students, in the previous chapter, Bitsa Munda, we have studied that when Bitsa wounded his leg while cutting wood, then he visited a quack or a disari for treatment. And when he visited the quack, then the quack advised him to sacrifice a goat in order to cure his wound. So, as you have studied, but Bitsa did not believe the word of the disari and the word of the quack, and also at the same time, he never sacrificed the goat for curing his wound, and also he motivated the other people living in the locality not to go for such type of blind beliefs. So he walked against superstitions. Superstitions means blind belief. So anything or superstitions means blind belief. So that is practiced to some extent by the people. So Bitsa was against superstition. We have discussed that Bitsa was against superstition, and he led a movement against the superstition. So children, so many years has been passed till the incident occurred. In the present time, you will find that till now, nowadays, in the present time, we will find superstitions are also prevalent in the Indian society. And superstitions are not only prevalent in our society, but also it is found in different countries of the world also. Take for example, children, in some countries, people regard black cats or black cats are associated with evil spirit. In some European countries, people regard 13 number as unlucky. So there are different types of superstitions are prevailing in the society. So superstitions are still prevalent to some extent in different types of societies. So children, let us take some newspaper headings that are mentioned in your book, that branding hot iron rods kills 5 babies in Nabrangpur. 7 babies die in 2 months due to branding. 7 babies die in 2 months due to branding. And branding by hot iron rods kills 5 babies in Nabrangpur. So students, sometimes we found that such inhuman activities occur. Take for example, branding is an inhuman activity. So the inhuman activity of branding is still prevalent to some regions of our state. So now a question comes, what is branding? Branding means marking babies with hot iron rods. Branding means marking babies with hot iron rods. Children, in some tribal areas, when a child suffers from fever, diarrhea or any disease, then the parents or the grandparents take the child to the village quack. So who is a quack? A quack is a person who is not qualified to provide treatment to the people. So here the quacks have no formal qualification for providing treatment to these innocent children, but they still provide treatment to them. So sometimes what happens? They put hot iron rods on the babies, or they mark babies with hot iron rods. So due to such incident, neither the child become cured nor his health or her health improves. So after some time, the child succumbs to his injuries or dies to his injuries. So such inhuman practice is prevalent in some regions of our state. So branding is also prevalent. Branding was also seen in some countries also. If we study about or if we discuss about the 18th century world, in the 18th century, the slaves were branded by hot iron rods as a punishment to them. Sometimes the masters punish the slaves as a punishment. Sometimes the slaves are branded with hot iron rods as a punishment. But in the present time, such inhuman practice is also prevalent in some regions of our state. So this should be abolished. Students, you are studying in different schools, and you have to play a very significant role or a very important role in order to abolish such type of practices if it is practiced in your region. So let us read the first part of the sense group paragraph 1 and we will see what is branding. Sense group paragraph 1. Every month 2 or 3 babies die due to branding in our state. When a baby has a fever or a diarrhea or any other disease, the illiterate parents and grandparents call the village quack the disari. The quack, the village doctor, put hot iron rods on the stomach of the babies as a cure. Instead of getting cured, the babies die. But these blind practices continue. So students, in some regions of our state, still branding is continuing. Branding means what? Marking babies with hot iron rods is called branding, or marking babies with hot iron rods is called branding. So students, in some region of our state, whenever the child suffer from fever or a diarrhea or any other disease, then the illiterate parents means those persons who are not literate, who are not educated or knowledgeous, or those persons who do not know how to read and write. Actually those persons who do not have a education or those persons do not have a knowledge regarding something are called illiterate. So the illiterate parents or grandparents took the child to the village quack. Who is a quack? A quack is a person who does treatment of the people without proper knowledge. Generally, the quacks provide treatment in the rural areas. In the rural areas where the health care facilities are not available to the common people, in some regions the health care facilities is still a distance dream. So in these regions the quack provides such type of treatment to the people, but quacks do not have any formal qualification, they do not have any formal knowledge in order to provide treatment to the people or to the children. So whenever a child suffer from any type of a disease like fever or diarrhea, generally the illiterate parents took the child to whom? To the quack. So now the quack marked the child's stomach with hot iron rod. So this lead to development of an infection, and sometimes the child dies because of a severe injury and infection. So still such type of a practice is prevalent in some regions of our state. So we have to abolish such type of a system, we have to fight against such type of a system. Whenever such type of things are happening in some regions of our state, we have to take immediate steps to abolish such type of a treatment to the children. So students, today we have discussed the first part of the sense group paragraph 1. So now let us find out some new words and try to use it into meaningful sentences. First word is branding. Branding means giving marks with hot iron. Give him marks with hot iron. Let's use it into a meaningful sentence. Branding is an inhuman practice. Branding is an inhuman practice. So branding means giving mark with hot iron. Then the next word is illiterate. Next word is illiterate. Illiterate, a person who is unable to read or write, lacking in education, or the knowledge. So let's use it into a meaningful sentence. So illiterate means a person who is unable to read or write or lacking in education or knowledge. So let's use it into meaningful sentence. His parents were illiterate. His parents were illiterate. Next, let's use it into another sentence. The people were mostly illiterate and many of them were poor. So children, we have used into another meaningful sentence. The people were mostly illiterate and many of them were poor. Then the last word is diarrhea. So last word is diarrhea. So let's use it in a meaningful sentence. Sorry, the meaning of a diarrhea is a condition in which stools are discharged from the bowels frequently and in a liquid form. Example, I need diarrhea medicine. Then another sentence, here is some medicine for diarrhea. Okay. So students, today we have discussed the first part of the sense group paragraph 1, and you go through the sense group paragraph 1 and try to find out the new words and try to use it into meaningful sentences of your own. Thank you. Have a nice day.